Hello, Libra, and welcome to your December General Tarot reading. This is for the entire month of December. It's just a quick overview of energies that could be showing up for you. Please take what resonates, release what doesn't. Not every reading is for you. There are other readings available. You can check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. That will help give you additional information. We're starting out with the Eight of Pentacles, so I feel you are working. You're very focused on working towards achieving something. I feel like this is I feel like this is a new thing. So I feel like you are focused on creating something. Like there feels to me like this great big Ace of Pentacles, right? Where you've planted a seed. Now you're nurturing, watering, growing, and evolving that seed, wanting that seed to sprout and grow. I kind of feel like it's already sprouted. I'm not seeing that yet because I haven't. Um, Seeing the energy show up for this, but what I am seeing happening right now is that you are very focused on working towards something, co-creating something with the universe, developing something to ultimately bring you from that Eight of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. I do feel, and I don't know why, if this is a thing that's happening right now, which doesn't surprise me because of all the transformation that's taking place in the work environment, but a lot of the readings that I have been doing recently for the December has really been focused on their money, resources, source of income. That's the truth. Ace of Swords came out, right? Um, and so I do see and with everything that's changing, this innovation and all the other stuff going on, it's not surprising where people are exploring other options, thinking outside the box, trying to have or bring to fruition an innovative thought, idea, creation of some sort. There is this word of caution I'm feeling not to jump too quick, maybe to launch something. Could be because Mercury is retrograde right now, not the best time to launch something. So if you're kind of sitting there on that threshold of I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to do this, um, be a little mindful about that, right? Because I do feel it would be better or well served if you wait until Mercury is direct and out of shadow, is how I'm feeling with all of this. I feel like this would be a great time to just, maybe do some, going through something, looking something over, whatever this is, with a fine tooth comb, making sure all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed, and just fine tuning, maybe making any minor adjustments. It feels like a review, revise sort of energy to me with whatever this is that you're doing. I do see good energy showing up as a result of this, though. So it's not like I'm seeing an epic fail. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing something good coming through. So I feel, wow. Five of Cups to the Six of Cups to the Nine of Cups. I feel like this I feel like the catalyst for you investing your time, energy, and effort into this was because of something in the past that you felt let down by, right? Um, and so, for instance, this is the energy that is feeling for me, where if maybe you were in a work environment and you thought in the past, like you stuck through some you've spent some time in a specific career or something like that. I feel something happened in the past where it kind of gave you or forced upon you a wake up call, right? Where you kind of seen where maybe something wasn't going to bring you where you had initially intended to go, like if you were looking for promotion, growth, that sort of thing. I kind of feel like something burst your bubble on that. And I don't feel like this was a thing that was meant to like bring you down or anything like that. I feel totally opposite of that. I feel like this was a wake up call to let you know that you are destined for something more. because I do see wish fulfillment showing up. And then at the bottom of the deck, as you could see, look at these cards. We'll do this, right? I feel like this is where your blessing is going to be coming in, and it's something to do with your work. I kind of feel if, you started changing your direction as a result of a disappointment at a job or career, or it can be within a relationship too. I'm more feeling drawn towards a career, but it's something that I feel like you're emotionally invested in, right? Something you that is meaningful for you, something you care about. Right there, peeking its head out was the justice card. So to me, this is indicating there was an injustice that was done in the past, and now this blessing is coming through. It's something meant to balance the scales, and there is that 10 of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles underneath it. So this is giving me that indication that you're going to start something. And I felt that when I seen the Eight of Pentacles, or that you've been working on something, and it's going to bring you from that Eight of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. And ultimately there was that Ace of Pentacles where you initiated some sort of change. You took a creative thought, an idea, you've started hemming and hawing, brainstorming about it, kind of maybe sketching it out a little bit here and there. I feel like it is growing, developing. I kind of feel whoever I'm talking to, you're about ready to launch this, or you're feeling that urge to launch that. But I do feel you're kind of being pulled back a little bit, like resisting the urge to just act quickly and just boom, launch it just like that. And I don't feel like that's just I feel like that is for your greater good, because there's something to do with this Mercury retrograde. There could be something else, like some sort of news or information or something that triggers and just catapults it into a whole new level, right from the word go. But I don't feel like this is going to be seen clearly or fully developed until and ready to launch until we are out of this Mercury retrograde. So hang in there. We're almost there. Keep going. Work on what you can do behind the scenes before just throw it all out there. Next card that's coming up is the Two of Swords. So very interesting. I love this Two of Swords. You can see this person. Oh, well, I'm trying to let you see this person. This person can't necessarily see where they're going. They're blindfolded. They got their swords up. I feel this is someone who is at a crossroads and making a choice or a decision. They could have been stuck for a while. I'm feeling with this, all the astrology, like sitting on the bottom, like I feel like whoever I'm talking to, there is this alignment, there is this choice, there is this decision. And I feel like being at this crossroad, you're more tapped into making this choice and decision based intuitively on what you know versus what you physically see in the earthly realm. Yes, absolutely. Intuition, the moon card. This can also talk about something that is you cannot see. And what I see with all of that, look at this. Let me just pull it out there. I feel be careful. And again, I think I've already issued a word of caution. I'm going to issue another one because I feel like there's something that you can't see. There's a hidden enemy around you, somebody who's trying to sabotage. So maybe you really need to keep to yourself. Again, you see this moon, crescent moon right there, right? We got the moon right here. I feel like there is something that is hidden that you can't see. And I feel like this is a hidden enemy. Pisces energy, Cancer energy. So it's somebody I feel pretty close to you. Be mindful. Maybe you want to keep some information to yourself, like your launch date or what you're planning on doing. I feel like if you've had to overcome some serious challenges getting this thing off up and running is how I'm feeling. The moon again, right? A lot of moon energy here. So strong intuition, but also strong energy of hidden enemies as well. So be mindful of that. This is Sagittarius energy. We are in Sagittarius season. This can be where this is discovered, what's been holding you back, blocking you, stopping you, that sort of thing. But it's trying to block, I feel, this change for you, this new beginning. It's trying to block you closing out an old cycle. It's trying to keep you trapped, confined, restricted. Jupiter energy showing up. I don't see that going down like that. That's why I'm feeling with this Two of Swords being at this crossroad. I feel somebody is very intuitive in recognizing or feeling. There's just this feeling of I know what I know without knowing how I know it. And even without the physical validation, my spirit just tells me this is the way to go. And I feel like part of what your intuition is saying to you right now is to um, hold back some information, hold back some knowledge. And I feel like ultimately that's how you discover who this hidden enemy is. And I do feel the hidden enemy is within your camp. So this could be an associate, something like that. Just be mindful of that energy. You know, Libra, you are all about balance, harmony, fairness, doing what's right, fair, and just if you're a high vibrational Libra. And so you do know the significance and the consequences of not having that balance, right? So I kind of feel like there's something that's telling me you are discovering and justice is going to be served in regards to a hidden enemy. I almost feel like if you were initially going to embark on a journey and maybe you had someone you were going to go into this with, I kind of feel like that person was all about gaining everything and anything that they could gain, the knowledge, the wisdom. They can't gather, they can't gain that, but like I feel like they were ultimately just trying to collect all the information that they could get and probably embark on this, doing it on their own. After your hard work, dedication, and all this, they kind of wanted to cut you out, is how I'm feeling. I kind of feel like this is going to have a boomerang effect. I feel like they're going to be cut out of your victory, your success, your Ten of Pentacles, is how I'm feeling, because they won't do things right. They're not balanced. They're not doing what's right, fair, and just. And look, I cannot make this stuff up. There's the Ten of Pentacles, right? This is what they're trying to do. And there's the Queen of Pentacles. This really feels financial. But I also feel it's big when it comes to your stability and security in the material world, things you value. In Libra, definitely value balance, harmony within relationship, and it is not a harmonious energy to have someone being a snake in the grass. It's just not. I feel like there's one though. I'm just feeling it. I feel like this is going to be getting cut off though, so that's a great thing to see. Next card, I said I feel like they're getting cut off. Look what pops out. The Judgment card. And I love this Judgment card because you can see divine intervention coming down and removing someone from a situation and elevating them. And then you can see these little, I'll call them snakes or vultures or whatever they are, being cast aside. So big energy right there. Bottom of the deck is so that your manifestations can go through. This is what is meant for you, this new beginning, this financial stability and security, this implementation of whatever this is that you are working on, trying to do. There's somebody who's not meant to be involved in this with you. It's just how I'm feeling. Again, take what resonates, release what doesn't. It just feels to me like there's an energy who does sneaky things, tries to get away with something, hides themselves, cloaks themselves as a nice person or an informative person or some, like it's a fake, it's a wannabe. It's not a sincere, genuine energy is how I'm feeling with that. Maybe you haven't seen it. I feel intuitively you know it. Next card that shows up. Look, can we say manifestation twice? Sitting next to each other. That's fantastic. This is, you are manifesting something, and I feel like it's in regards to an income, and I do feel like it's an income. I feel like you have explored an option to generate either a side, you have a side hustle going on that, you know, started picking up or gaining momentum, or you had some ideas that you're really recognizing could be very beneficial for you in many different ways. I do feel you ultimately we're trying to work together with an energy in order to complete and do this. You don't need that energy. That energy is holding you back. It's slowing down your growth. I feel like it's delaying your success because it's just not meant to go. And that could be with this Mercury retrograde, bringing that truth, that clarity, that transparency, that information to the table. Second major arcana card in a row as far as this row goes, and that is that Temperance angel. And this is a about balance, right? This is about what's right, fair, and just. I know you are what's right, fair, and just, but the temperance angel does talk about balance and harmony as well, right? This is like wow, tower at the bottom of the deck, another major arcana card. Somebody is, wow. Look at this. Look at this. I cannot make it this up. I cannot. Woo-hoo-hoo. You get the spiciest one going on so far. So there's a tower that's coming in. This tower is about to bring the house down, right? This is about to disrupt something that's happening. It's about ready to collapse something that is not solid, stable, and meant to be. This is divine intervention. And interesting enough, Uranus is in the sign of Taurus, right? So that Taurus talks about our money, our resources, income, job, that sort of energy, things we value. There is a tower coming down that's going to burst someone's bubble. 10 of Cups in reverse. Somebody is going to be extremely emotional and disappointed because a truth is exposed about a conflict or a challenge or some, I straight up say bullshit that they've been trying to do behind the scenes. Like this is that hidden enemy. They've been sneaking, trying to get away with something, but they've left behind some evidence. They kind of looked back thinking, that's not going to be what gets me caught up. But that is exactly a choice and a decision someone has made to be sneaky, deceptive, and try to get away with something is going to bite them in the ass, right? Because they were doing something selfishly, greed, whatever this was, and they're going to be very disappointed because they're not getting that 10 of Cups upright. They're not going to get that peak emotional excitement and feeling. They've been trying to sabotage something you have been working on, and now there's a death card. This situation is going to be transformed because you haven't. I cannot for the life of me understand why people would be given an opportunity and then instead of appreciating it, being grateful and being a decent human being about it, they would just do the most to try to claim it as their own. I just cannot for the life of me understand why people would ruin and just lose a beautiful opportunity out of selfishness and greed. Ego, I feel, plays a role in it, but anyhow, it just really baffles my brain. And and I know if when you're listening to this, you can look back at areas of your life or times in your life where there has been opportunity and people have you know done stupid shit like that and then ultimately probably regret it. I'm sure they do regret it, right? Like you're getting ready to advance in life, grow in life, ascend in life, and then you just get so damn greedy you just want to take it all for yourself when it isn't even all yours. And then ultimately that kind of energy sets himself back tenfold. So I just don't get it. But anyhow, that's such is life, right? But I'm feeling like, no, this is where this is going to be removed. There's going to be a divine intervention. What you're manifesting the right way. You're putting the time, energy, and effort. You're putting in the work. And now you're making this choice to move forward. I don't feel with another energy is how I'm feeling. Ace of Wands there, Ace of Cups here. This is that movement forward that's happening that's going to bring, wow, and judgment was underneath the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups, the judgment, and then somebody else is stuck from their betrayal. Look, it's illuminated the sun. Someone is going towards success, and whoever this person or energy was that was trying to sabotage this or take it or one up on you or something like that, they're going to be stuck. They're going to be stuck starting from ground zero. You go get your innovative idea is how I'm feeling about this. And then you sit there, put the time, energy, and effort into growing it, right? You go get your own seed, that thought, that idea, whatever it is. You put the time, energy, and effort into nurturing that. And now you grow. I feel like they're going to be delayed even doing that because I just do. I feel like this is you parting ways with the situation, and I feel reaching success quite quickly. I do feel you growing. I feel the universe has got your back because they know. The universe definitely knows. The Most High knows who had the most sincere, genuine intent, whose idea it was, who put the time, energy, and effort into it, and who was just trying to snatch it because they're too damn lazy to do the work. There is going to be a celebration, and I do feel there is going to be some sort of a gathering. Um, I feel like this gathering is going to be bringing forth, I got to be careful with these cards. Not only is it going to be relieving someone of baggage burdens, those sort of things, I feel this is that energy who is going to have to um, really, they're getting a reset. They're going to have to start all over with whatever they've been doing. I don't feel this is your energy. I feel this is someone else's energy. Your energy, I'm feeling, is that Aquarius energy. When we talk about Aquarius energy, we talk about integrity is the wave of the future. So all of these energies who have learned to, and it did in Piscean age, people could sustain their illusions, confusions, distorted energy, the frenemies, all of those people were able to sustain that kind of behavior, pattern, lifestyle, whatever the hell it was, because of that Neptunian energy. We're different, we're operating in a different energy now. It's Aquarian energy. Uranus is that radical change, that radical shift. It's about integrity, authenticity. It's about truth and clarity. It's about healing. So this is from that space of the intent, right? And it better be a high vibrational intent, like the intent to do right, the intent to do good, the intent to tell the truth, speak the truth. I feel like were connected, or I feel like this is a business, something to do with business or a creative idea you had. Maybe you welcomed somebody into it and they just thought they were going to grab it and run with it and do it on their own and collect everything that was destined for you. And they're going to get a rude ass wake up call. I see a Three of Cups, which to me is indicating a celebration coming in the near future for this. I feel recognition. I feel like it's that celebration, the clinking of glasses, the gathering. Oh, wow. Yes. Of this foundation being established, like this being launched, whatever this is, having great success. I do feel there is a celebration. And then when I'm looking I'm looking at the bottom of the deck and I see the King of Cups in reverse and I see the World card. So again, we see the Ten of Cups in reverse. Somebody is really going to be up in their feelings about this ending of a cycle, this closing this out. But you cannot move forward, right? Or I mean, you can move forward, but when you know you got somebody sneaky, underhanded, doing things behind the scenes, cloaking themselves, hiding what they're doing in order to get ahead, to use you as a stepping stool, this sort of thing, right? Like, yeah, they're going to be going through it. They're going to be feeling some feelings when ultimately they had the opportunity to be part of it and chose to be deceptive or sneaky or whatever the hell it is they chose to do. And now they're excluded from this. This is the universe. This is the hand of God coming down, bringing down that Ace of Pentacles and balancing the scales. And I'm just saying, there is an energy that's not moving forward with all of this. Give me one more card and we're going to go on. And that's, they're not moving forward to this victory and this success with you. Plain and simple. It's just not happening. This is a divine intervention that says no. Like what you're manifesting is not meant to be um, for somebody who would try to take it from you, right? Like, I mean, you're being protected, really, I'm feeling with all of this because that's just terrible. That is just a terrible, but it's not even uncommon, I hate to say, but there are people out there, they don't want to put the time, energy, and effort into it. They don't want to be solid. They don't want to be a good person. They just want what they want without having to do anything to get it. They don't want to put the time, energy, and effort into it. They don't want to work on it. They don't want to go through the learning curves and I call it, the fails, the falls or whatever like that, but those really aren't fails and falls. They're learning curves, they're learning experiences, and you always gain from them, even though it may not feel like it when you're going through it. So the next card that's showing up is the Body, and I'm going to flip this real quick because there's Your body deserves your love. And I feel like this is somebody who is focusing on their own health, wealth, and well being. And they're not going to be, they're really going to stabilize, secure themselves in their home, in themselves, in their foundation. And they're not going to let thieves into their home or their mind, their body, their spirit, anything. They're not allowing that energy to, you know, come in and wreak havoc or to stay in that element. So the next card that comes up is listen. And this card says, people start to heal the moment they feel heard. And I kind of feel this should trigger somebody for whatever reason. I kind of feel like if you've expressed yourself about some concerns, some thoughts, something like that, I kind of feel like whoever this hidden enemy is, this frenemy, we'll call them, I kind of feel like that person, you could tell that they were never listening to what you said. They were just looking at what was happening, right? Like it's kind of giving me, they didn't, like I said, they just want the reward. They don't want to do the work. So they didn't care about all the stuff in between. They didn't care about like times where you've needed to or wanted to brainstorm or problem solve or any of that part of it. They want no part of that. They just want, okay, now you got the solution, and that's what they want to run with. Almost gives me the vibe of you having an issue, and then um like I said, you get that kind of energy from that connection or whatever it is. You find the solution, and I don't feel like you speak the solution out. I kind of like, I almost feel like the enemy gets trapped, the frenemy gets caught because you don't disclose something I'm feeling, and you kind of wait to see where this is going. I kind of feel like you make a big cut change. I would say yes, change. This is where something changes up. I can feel someone trying to guilt you. You changed up so quick. No, I just seen things for what they truly were, and I stepped accordingly, is how I'm feeling with this energy. This says a resistance to change is a resistance to life itself. Open your heart and mind to new beginnings. And I do feel that's exactly what you're doing. You're opening your mind to changing like you're course correcting. I feel like you ultimately started out maybe going on a path there where someone else was included. I kind of feel you already know at this point that this person wasn't putting into a situation, but definitely wanted something out of it, right? And I feel you course corrected. That's it. And people sometimes don't like when people change up on them, but then they refuse to look at why, right? They only want to look at, oh, yada yada. No, no, no. You better look at the whole damn picture, is how I'm feeling about this. But anyhow, let's keep going. Let's keep going. These are messages from the self-care wisdom cards. These are meant to bring you some support, motivation, inspiration, and guidance throughout this month of December. Let's see what other messages want to come out for you. And this is Speak Up. So you're about ready to put somebody in check. If you avoid conflict to keep the peace, you start a war within yourself. Like I said, you're about ready to put someone in check. They're not going to like it, and you don't have to care. They're not going, I kind of just get this vibe that they're not willing to look at, like I said, what they've done, or I feel more like saying what they haven't done, how they haven't really contributed. They just sit there and don't really bring to anything to the table, but want to sit there and enjoy the entire feast, is how I'm getting. And then there's that intention card, number one. So what if the only resolution you made was to love yourself more? And I do feel like that's what you're doing, and good for you. Congratulations. I will pick this card. It is at the bottom of the deck, and it says sovereign. So with this card, it says you are the queen of your life. Treat yourself like royalty. And like I said, yes, and you're not going to allow people in your castle that are trying to bring your kingdom down. I mean, only you have to be out of your right mind to allow that sort of energy. And I just don't see that taking place in this experience, in this situation. I feel like you're letting something go. These are from these messages from this deck are from the heart. They're affirmation cards. I have loved these. I've said it in the last couple readings I've done. They have really resonated with the entire reading of the ones I've done, and they've all been different. So very nice. And this first card says, I create healthy boundaries supporting my personal growth and potential. That's right. You're not going to let somebody come in here and sabotage that for you, right? You got a good thing going. You want to continue this. It's almost like I feel someone's building legacy wealth or something like that. Like they're going to, this is part of their legacy, and they don't want this sneaky, deceptive, thieving kind of energy associated with that. That's going to be a new wave of the future. This is part of the Aquarian age. So when you're watching around in the big world, like, and you're seeing one thing after another get exposed and dismantled and falling down and losing support and all of this, it's because truth, clarity, transparency is the wave of the future. Integrity. So you can claim and say and even make it look like, but if it's not authentic, that shit's going to be broken down. The next card that comes out is, I see clearly and accurately through divine assistance. And I did feel there was divine intervention. I felt that judgment card was about ready to elevate somebody, pick somebody right up and out of a situation, and literally cast aside these energies that weren't in alignment. So this is divine intervention at its finest, and it looks beautiful. The next card that comes out is, I accept I cannot save everyone. I choose to help those who are open to assistance. And if somebody is, it's one thing to see somebody maybe need to take a little longer to learn something or something like that. But it's an entire another thing when someone doesn't want to do any of that. They don't want to, again, they don't want to expand their mind, explore options, be a problem solver. They don't want to do any of that. They want all the answers given right to them. And so they look like instant success right away. And that's not the way this shit works. Not the way it's going to work, anyways. So I feel like this is an energy where you just have to let someone go. They have to go through something to where they can learn to do better, to be better, to, you know, get right, align, raise their vibrational frequency, because no one in this Seven of Swords is in a high vibrational frequency. I can just tell you that right now. Next card that comes out, I create positive actions through the cycle of change. And yes, you absolutely are. You are growing, developing, stabilizing something, bringing something to life. And I feel like it's for a greater good. That's why it's going to be sustained. That's why the universe is going to support you. That's why the Most High is going to, I feel, bless this offer, this opportunity, this movement forward. But it's not going to be blessed until this Seven of Swords energy is removed, but it's removing it for you. So you're really blessed every which way around. And the final card for your reading today says, I reawaken my soul's desire to learn and grow beyond existing limitations. Absolutely. 10 toes down on that one. This is a very beautiful reading for you, Libra. I do hope it serves you well. I do send you peace, blessings, love, and light. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. That helps this channel, and I do appreciate it. Thank you, and have a great day. Sending you love and light.